Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Melissa Knorr with the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. We are tracking Tropical Storm Helene, which formed today at 11 o'clock, and the 2 o'clock advisory just came out and still shows winds of 45 miles per hour. But although this thing is just a tropical storm right now, we are expecting this to rapidly intensify in the Gulf of Mexico and eventually become a major hurricane as it's nearing landfall along Florida's Big Bend region. So a lot of impacts to come from this system, but also here in North Georgia, we're expecting impacts from Helene and in advance of Helene. A lot of rain coming, wind, and even the possibility of some storms. You notice here tropical alerts. We've got across the Big Bend region all the way down to the Tampa Bay area, a hurricane watch in effect in pink. Then outside of that, you see a lot of areas in yellow that are tropical storm watches. And what I want to show you is the water of the Gulf of Mexico. Incredibly warm water and deep ocean content. That, along with a lack of wind shear, those are two ingredients that can come together and lead to quick intensification in tropical systems. So let me show you the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. As of 2 o'clock today, winds are 45 miles per hour. It's situated right there in the Caribbean Sea, but as we get into tonight, it's going to be moving very close to the northern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. As it does so into early tomorrow morning, becoming a Category 1 hurricane as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, rapid strengthening, so rapid intensification, and then landfall happening Thursday evening. That's along the Big Bend. So Tallahassee's right in here, and we've got hurricane watches extended all the way up into the Georgia state line. So that is what we're watching with Helene by landfall. Then it's moving quickly, but although it's moving quickly, it's going to weaken as it moves further inland. What this is going to do, because it's moving so quickly, is it means we still have tropical storm force winds possible as this thing's moving through North Georgia. So Tropical Storm Helene will become a major hurricane, and then as it's weakening, moving inland, likely bringing tropical storm force conditions to North Georgia. The last time in Atlanta that we were under a tropical storm warning, that was back in 2020, the very end of October with Hurricane Zeta. If you remember that storm, it left 1 million customers in Georgia without power. So that'll be where the center of the storm is, where the strongest winds are going to be. It keeps moving inland and kind of gets pulled into an upper level low, so then for still meandering around over the central part of the U.S. as we get into the end of the week. All right, so impacts for us. We've issued weather impact alerts. You see that on the top left of the screen here, all day Thursday and all day Friday. A lot of impacts coming. Rain, we're talking about several inches of rain that will be likely. We'll see strong winds, and even if we're on the right side of the storm track, we're also going to have the storm risk. So what you need to do in advance of that is be prepared. Be alert to changes in the models, changes in the track that might be coming in, but also think about, okay, we have a lot of rain coming in, maybe some strong winds. How do I need to prepare my apartment or my home for that weather that's coming in? So storm drains, clear them out. Make sure there's no leaves covering it. We already have some leaf drop around North Georgia. Make sure there's a place for the water to go. Same with the gutters at your house. Make sure that the gutters are cleared out of any large leaves or debris so the water has somewhere to go. If you have any very lightweight yard objects, so patio furniture, maybe kids' toys or something, bring them inside between today and tomorrow, or you could tie them down if there are any larger objects out there. So we're expecting locally over 4 inches of rain through Friday. Some of that's from Helene. Some of it's actually not from Helene. It's from rain we're going to get from another weather system coming in here tomorrow. The wind gusts will be strongest if we're in the direct path, the center of Helene. If the path is east of us, say over Augusta, there will still be some windy conditions, but not as strong of wind gusts, lower power outage risk. And then if we see the storm track shifting a little further west and we're on the right side of it, we'll see the chance of a little rotation as well. So spaghetti models, this shows the story. Look at this. These are trying to predict where's the center of Helene going to be as it's making its way through Georgia. Some models have the center of the storm as far east as Augusta. Some of it have it right over Atlanta, some in between in Athens or Eatonton. Notice one model's even cutting it through West Georgia. If it's over Atlanta or west, we see the impacts increasing for us. If this storm shifts a little further eastward and it ends up being over places like Augusta, well, then we still get a lot of rain, but the wind factor and the severe storm factor come down a little bit. So we want that eastward shift in terms of minimizing our impacts here in North Georgia. But regardless of where this thing goes, we are still expecting immense amounts of rainfall to move in. We have another little front coming in from the north, a lot of tropical moisture moving in. I want to show you a big picture on the forecast track. Here's Helene that is gathering its strength down in the southern Gulf of Mexico Wednesday. And meanwhile, up in North Georgia, a lot of moisture is moving in already in advance of the storm. Landfall is going to start happening Thursday evening. That's 10 o'clock showing landfall. You notice we're well away from the center at that point, but already being inundated for about 24 hours straight with on and off tropical downpours. Then as we go into Thursday night and Friday, what's left of Helene, which will still be a tropical storm, that'll be racing up through Georgia. So again, does the center of that take it up through Athens, Atlanta, Augusta? That's what we still don't know. We're all in the cone of uncertainty, so we all need to be prepared for those types of impacts. Models coming in a lot wetter today with how much rain we're going to see in the next 7 days. All this rain is coming in between Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We should see lower rain chances this weekend. But look at this. American and European models giving us pretty significant rainfall in excess of 6 inches for a lot of us. So I want you to be prepared for a lot of rain coming down over a short amount of time within a few days. This will mean we will be monitoring flooding threats regardless of if Helene's right over us or if it's out in Augusta. We're going to get the rain impact regardless. Forecast track hour by hour. This is the wind gusts. Breezy tomorrow. As we get into Thursday, it's also going to be breezy, but as we go into Thursday night and Friday morning, that's when Helene starts to move into Georgia. So that's when we start to see the wind gusts increasing in more than that. So you can see Thursday night at 10 o'clock, we have wind gusts around 30 miles per hour. By Friday morning, depending on where the track of this thing is, we could be looking at tropical storm force wind gusts. Now, this is just one model run of a model. This is not what's actually going to play out, but why am I showing you this? It's kind of a snapshot of wherever the center of the storm goes, what kind of wind gusts could there be? You notice this model shows Friday morning, few wind gusts between 40 and 50 miles per hour. Then it brings them up even higher, up above 60 miles per hour, close to the center of the storm. So it won't be a 24-hour straight windstorm for us. It's going to be a shorter amount of time, about 8 hours or so, and we'll see the strongest wind gusts. But during that time frame, the power outage risk goes up on top of the rain that we're seeing. Let's put everything in motion hour by hour here. You can see this afternoon, very hot, very humid outside. In fact, monitoring those storms, an isolated storm with some gusty winds will be possible this afternoon, but not a lot of us get the rain. As we head into the overnight tonight, still just isolated showers. Wednesday morning, still isolated showers. But as we get later into the day Wednesday, a weather system coming in from the north and west, meeting all this deep tropical moisture coming in from the south. So even though Helene is not here on Wednesday, the rain really increases late on Wednesday in North Georgia. You notice this forecast track run is bringing in by the afternoon some rounds of tropical downpours and embedded thunderstorms. We'll go into Wednesday evening's commute. More of those areas of heavy rain possible over North Georgia. And throughout Wednesday night and Thursday, it's like somebody's got a watering hose spraying right on top of us. It is not moving directions. So we're kind of going to be stuck in this heavy rain train as we go into Wednesday night and Thursday. And then as we get later into the day on Thursday, that's when the outer rain bands of Helene start to inundate North Georgia. So a lot of rain coming during the day on Thursday. This is Thursday at 10 o'clock at night, more heavy rainfall, and then the center of the storm will move through somewhere in North Georgia early Friday morning. Will the center of that storm be over Athens, Augusta, Atlanta, or maybe out into Carrollton? That's what we still don't know. This model puts it between Atlanta and Augusta, so maybe near Athens or Eatonton, but we'll see where it ends up going here over the next couple days. Again, it just formed. Helene just formed at 11 o'clock today, and because hurricane hunters just began missions into the storm, they're now getting better data. We now know where the center of the storm is right now, so that can help models get a better grasp of where it's going to be 2 days from now. Sunshine outside at Georgia Tech's campus right now. It's 91 degrees. Very hot outside, and we have seen the record for today is only 93, I believe. So we'll be close to the record this afternoon, and regardless of getting there or not, it's hot and humid out there. 88 in Covington, Marietta is 86, and 91 right now in Rome. So again, satellite and radar shows a few isolated showers and storms over us right now. As we get into the afternoon, few more showers and storms will develop, and then we'll track better rain chances starting tomorrow afternoon, lasting through Thursday and into Friday. So again, recapping your forecast today, talking about just isolated showers and storms, but then tomorrow those rain chances will really be increasing. Let me show you your 7-day forecast. You notice in red on Thursday and Friday. Those are our 2 days with weather impact alerts. That's when we see Helene's moisture working across North Georgia. The winds will start picking up, and depending on the track, we could also see that inland tornado risk. So heavy rain will be the most widespread threat across our area, regardless of where the center of the storm goes. If the center moves over our 11 Alive viewing area, that increases the wind chance for us. We'll also see that chance of severe weather. Tomorrow, though, also going to be an important weather day because the rain chances increase later in the day, and those tropical rains that set up over Shop tomorrow set the stage for flooding threats Thursday and Friday. You notice we're dealing with that Thursday and Friday, and then over the weekend finally drying things out a lot more. We'll heat things back up to around 80 starting on Sunday, but again, we are tracking Tropical Storm Helene, its impacts on North Georgia. I'm expecting another update from the National Hurricane Center at 5 o'clock today. They've had multiple reconnaissance missions into the flight. Hurricane hunters have been flying into it today. So we'll see what we get in this latest model run, and we'll have an update starting at 4 o'clock today on 11 Alive News at 4. We'll see you then.